told you last week that I walked out on the job and that they were going to put me in a new one. And that hasn't worked out. So I've blown another chance. And, it's just one more example of me being a complete screw-up.
I feel like something else has slipped away.
I pushed it away.
Yeah.
I did this. There's just really no point anymore.
Pushed away.
If I had done it better, it would have worked.
Yeah.
Always screw it up. And that's the thing. I think about killing myself, and I'd probably screw that up too. One last example of how I just can't get it right.
Yeah. Keep feeling the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. And here we are again.
What do you mean, here we are again?
Well, getting a sense, more sessions, and today that you feel like you're back in the same place.
Yeah. I think this is where I spend most of my time.
Yeah.
I want to be here, but I don't know where else to go.
Yeah. Kind of wondering if maybe there's something in here, in our therapy between you and me.
Well, this is different. I've done this like my whole life. Since I was a little kid and had all of this stuff, I've been in therapy my whole life.
I get that.
But this is, sometimes it's different.
Yeah. Sometimes it's different, and you go out into the world and feel.
Yeah, but I just keep hoping that this will be the time it works.
What would work?
Or I don't have to feel this way.
Yeah. That feeling this way would stop.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Can you help me understand what feeling this way is right now? I see it in your eyes. I see it in your tears.
Hopeless.
And I want to understand it more. Hopeless.
Hopeless. Why bother? What's the point?
And if you just sit with it for a sec, where do you feel it right now in your body?
My chest.
Your chest.
Here.
Your point. Yeah. What's that feel like?
Tight.
Tight.
It's hard to breathe.
Yeah. Kind of choked up.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And what else?
Like I'm having a hard time catching my breath right now.
Yeah.
Kind of shaky.
And is this the same thing that kind of shows up when you're in the garage with the belt and suspenders and the motor running and
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, that's what I want, but I'm so... I think that's what I want, I'm pretty sure, but then what if I screw it up? I don't do anything right anyway.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So you begin to doubt if even you can make this pain go away.
Yeah.
You can make it go away right.
If it doesn't work, if I end up worse.
Mm-hmm. Is there anything else you notice about being in that garage and being here right now? Feeling this?
How lonely?
Mm.
I mean, you probably don't think
Can
about
I-
sitting in the garage.
Can I get you to slow down for just a sec here? And go back to lonely for a second. Okay. Yeah.
I don't think this is helping.
Yeah. This is hard. You're not sure what the point of this is.
Yeah, I don't think it's working.
Yeah. What's hard right now?
I don't want to think about this. I mean, I know that's why I came here and that's why I come to see you. But
Yeah.
I don't want to feel this way.
You don't want to feel it. And that's what shows up in the garage. That's what shows up in the moments when you think about the garage as a way to take it away.
Yeah.
Not wanting to feel this way. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And what are you noticing right now?
I don't know. I think this is pretty much a waste of time.
Yeah. Here we go again. Same thing you feel at home.
Yeah, now I just gotta look stupid in front of you, too.
Yeah. I'm wondering if maybe in those moments when you're feeling this way, there isn't something in there, something in there that's really important to you. Maybe it's just a step beyond wanting it to stop.
I think so. I mean, yeah, I want to, be happy and have a nice life and, have a family and be successful. And
How long have you wanted that?
as long as I can remember.
Mm. Can you remember back to a time when you first wanted that, but wondered if maybe it was out of reach for you?
Yeah, it's felt like it's been out of reach since I was a little girl.
Can you give me a picture of that? Think of a time when you were little, kind of wanting something.
Yeah, I remember wanting to be picked to be in the talent show.
Hmm.
But I
Say
wasn't good
more.
enough.
What was that like?
Not getting picked.
And having that thought that you weren't good enough. Can you kind of paint that picture for me of that little girl who wanted to be picked?
I don't remember ever not feeling that way. My mom was terribly mean to me, and my dad wasn't around, and it just never fit in anywhere.
Mm-hmm. So getting that no to the talent show, what was that like? What'd you do?
I cried.
You cried. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I cried.
Yeah.
And my mom told me that if I sang better, then I would have been chosen.
If only you'd worked harder, huh? Sang better. Yeah. What did you really need then?
Well, obviously it would have been nice for my mom to, said they made a mistake, or you are good enough, or I think to probably just have been accepted. I really don't think this is working. I don't want to talk about this stuff.
I know this is hard. Yeah. I'm wondering if it's okay if we just kind of do this for a little bit longer and see if something different could happen.
Like what?
Well, I think there's something really important about what that little girl wants and what you want. And I think it's really important that we understand that. I want to understand it. I mean, you've got the court telling you you have to come here, right? And you've been in therapy since you're this high.
Yeah, I've done this a long time. You'd
Yeah.
think I'd be better by now.
Yeah. Yeah. So what if this could be about something that you really wanted? Something that little girl needed?
I think it's always been about that. That's why, I think that maybe I'm hopeful but not optimistic.
Hmm.
Maybe there is something that will work, but probably not.
Well, tell me a little bit about that little piece of being hopeful.
Well, I don't think people want to feel this way.
Yeah.
I don't like feeling this way.
Yeah. And the hope is that it can stop.
Yeah, but I don't think it ever will.
Yeah. If it did. Can you imagine for a moment if it did?
Mhm. Yeah.
What do you see? What do you picture?
I don't know that I really have a picture, but just when you said that, I just felt my chest kind of just go, like I could breathe for a minute.
Can we go back to that? Breathing for a minute. a little bit of hope.
Yeah.
What do you picture?
I have friends, and then I can keep a job, and that I'll be successful and happy.
Yeah. Can you hold that idea, that picture in your mind for just a moment longer? And show me what that would be like.
Show you what that would be like?
Yeah, just try and show me without saying it.
I'm not sure I understand what you mean.
I saw something change here. I saw your breathing change. Saw your expression change a little bit.
I think it did. It's scary, though, to think that maybe it would happen, and then if it doesn't happen again,
Yeah.
it's the same thing
And
over
that big
and
old
over.
scary comes down and smacks it out, right?
Yeah, that's what's always happened.
So do you think we can go back to it for a minute?
To the possibility of it.
Yeah. Just right now. You mentioned friends, being happy, having a job.
Yeah, that's what I want.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. How much does that matter to you?
Well, I think a lot. It matters to
lot.
everybody.
Yeah, it does.
But I don't know that having it matter makes it any different. It's mattered forever for me.
That little girl at the talent show, trying out, wanted this.
Yeah, it's mattered for a long
For a
time.
long, long time. Yeah. Yeah. And when it shows up now, that wanting, that mattering, what happens?
I think for a brief second, like, yeah, maybe this could happen. But then it never does.
Yeah.
It never does.
Yeah. Where does it go when it never does? When the world does something.
It goes back
takes
to
it away.
this.
Goes back to this.
You know,
Yeah.
I'm the loser who can't make these things happen that matter.
Yeah. And then
And then it'd be better if I just weren't here.
yeah. I'm wondering if it doesn't even, happen without anything changing in the world, but, it just kind of gets smacked down when you begin to hope, when you begin to want something.
Yeah, I don't know that I necessarily think of it that way, but I kind of get what you're saying. The world's telling me all the time that it's
Yeah.
not going to happen.
Yeah. And even if the world's not telling you,
You're asking me a question. So what
You're
happens
telling,
even if the...
yeah. Are you telling yourself that?
I'm reminding myself because the world's told me.
Yeah. Got to kind of keep that thought that it's not going to happen, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. And isn't it kind of keep coming up, this wanting, this hoping?
Yeah, but you know when you just like get tired
Mm.
and you're too
Yeah.
tired to want or hope anymore?
Yeah. Yeah.
It just takes too much energy to want and hope.
Yeah. Is that what you're feeling now?
Yeah, I'm just...
Yeah.
I just don't have the energy anymore.
It's so hard to keep going.
Yeah.
Just want some rest.
Yeah, I just want it to be done.
Yeah.
That's why I want to make sure that I do it right.
Mm-hmm. You don't even mess this up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then I think I'm such an idiot because why am I coming and talking to you about this stuff? I mean, you have a job to do.
Mm.
So it's just, I don't know, it doesn't feel good.
We understand.
It's your job to try and help me. And it's also your job to try and stop me. So, me talking to you about this stuff, I don't know.
It is my job to try and help you. And at some point it would be my job to try and stop you. But what if we could set that aside for a minute?
That you're not going to do your job?
Know that it is my job and that's all it is. Do you get the sense that maybe when we have these conversations about how bad it gets and this little bit about what you want and what that little girl wanted, that maybe there's something else there besides, somebody doing a job and somebody else showing up because they have to?
Sure, I'm hopeful.
Yeah. Yeah. What if we could have all these other thoughts about our jobs and your role in the court and the probation officer, and have all those other thoughts and still kind of make it more about what's happening when we talk about that dark, dark place and that hope?
Okay.
Yeah. And I want you to let me know if I'm stepping on your toes or
It's really, it's like, I don't know, nobody's ever okay with someone killing themselves. Maybe that is the best option.
It makes a lot of sense why, that would seem to be a solution.
But people don't ever accept it as a solution.
Yeah.
So you're telling me you would accept it as a solution?
Well, I can't say that. I can say that I can see how it makes sense. And, because there's that little bit of hope that's still here.
Today.
Been there, gone away, been there, gone away for a long, long time.
I've struggled with this my whole life.
Yeah.
It's not like this is something new.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's why I'm wondering if we can make this be about something different. You having to come in, the school telling you to come in, the probation officer, the courts, everybody else, and you doing the same thing.
What do you think we should make it about?
What do you want?
I want to be happy and successful, and I want to have friends and a life, and I don't want to feel like this.
Yeah.
But I've done this for the last, 28 years. That's just how it goes.
Yeah. I understand.
I just don't see how something's going to be different now.
Yeah.
It's admirable on your part. I just don't know that it's going to happen.
Mm-hmm. What if we just see?
I'm going to be here anyway.
Yeah.
Until I don't come anymore.
Yeah. So, I'm wondering if we could make this about that little piece of hope.
Place I'd have it one day in my week.
Yeah. Say more.
Well, I come to see you every week, so at least I would have it that one little bit of time. Or maybe the possibility of it.
Yeah.
But I'm not optimistic it's going to happen.
Can we go ahead and have all those thoughts that it's not going to happen and see?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll see you next week.
Okay. Thank you.